Come on here for a little bit. It's sunny Sunday. Sunny Sunday. Who the hell got glass all over the place? I'm like an old granddaddy or grandma. I be thinking about anything that could hurt the children, anything that could hurt anybody, little paws or little feet, and I just be getting it out the way. You know, it might not be, it might not matter today. It might not matter tomorrow, but I always say it depends what you do today is going to echo in tomorrow. Whatever you do today is going to echo into eternity. It's it's some good souls. There's some good souls around, but we always get caught up trying to be heroes, right? A lot of us are heroes. A lot of people are heroes, but in order for other people to not just acknowledge the fact that you're a hero, but to respect and follow your lead, in order for that to happen, you got to be so focused in what you're doing. You got to be so focused in who you are. You got to be focused on what you want and everything of the sort. You got to be able to put that cape on and get busy whenever it's time to get busy. You got to be able to put your combat boots on and your hard hat and go to war whenever it's time to go to war. Even if sometimes that war is literally just fighting the urge. What's good, Jonathan? Everhart, Zion. Made me forget what the hell I was gonna say. That's why I don't be looking at the chat. Oh my god. Anyway, I'm only on here for a little bit because I also want to clear up some of the. I ain't clearing up shit, but I will say my father. I talk about my father like my father is God. I told y'all my father and my mother is God to me because before a child knows who God is, that child's mother and that child's father is God. Before you drag that, people be talking about how their little children they only care about God and then they put them in their commercials and they I seen this guy doing this deed for a lady and her two babies and the babies I, if I'm not mistaken the mother probably told them all that they needed to know about God, but at that age I don't know any child that can remember anything that isn't immediately told to them about a certain thing that they've never seen before or they don't know exists. If children don't know about the struggles and the economy, about the money and all this stuff and the food, while the same mother is homeless, how are they supposed to just remember something that's supposed to be taught? Because nobody knows God when they come into this world. Nobody knows God. You got to go to church. Your parents got to be religious. You got to be this. You got to be that. That's why so much people out here that they don't know God from a can of paint. And those same people that don't know God from a can of paint, they're living such religious lives because they want to know God and they know how reality is. And the people that claim to know God, they use the fucking book as a weapon to manipulate and lie and to keep the people blind to the times. The same Bible that tells you move with the times is the same people using the Bible keeping you stuck in time. Because the baby don't know anything about this world unless they're taught, told, indoctrinated, and forced to regurgitate what they know about what they know. Children don't even know how to put their shoes on the right foot till about what, 10 years old, right? They don't know how to put the shoe on the right foot. The left foot is on the right foot, and the right foot is on the left foot. Then you tell them to fix it. They switch it, and then they switch it again, and then they put it back on the same way that. I'm laughing because I can picture it in my head. Telling my nephew fix his shoe, and he switched the shoe, and then switch it back, and then put the shoe on the same way. I'm like, oh my God. I can't You can't help but laugh because children are so innocent, and it's also in teaching them that you learn more about yourself and you learn about them, right? And it makes me it makes me kind of sad when people can live in you could live in reality and you could be so oblivious. That's why they say ignorance is bliss, because while the world is in chaos, I remember telling y'all, God already came back. That's exactly why nobody believes that God is back. That's exactly why the world is in such chaos for the past 5 years, and it's only doubled since 2019. 2026, look at the numbers. Huge. They want you to think, all right, so look, the first outbreak, it shut the world down, right? But then they realized they don't have to shut the world down to get the world under their control. All they have to do is let you be privy to what's going on, and whatever they do behind the scenes, you're not going to care and you're not going to know, because you're going to chalk it up to them lying, and you're going to chalk it up to it being false, fake news. You're going to chalk it up to being woke. You're going to chalk it up to being propaganda. You're going to chalk it up to everything but what I've been telling you. They're going to do this stuff in your face. And because we won't do anything about it, they will not care. They will not give a damn, right? Like, I seen these people, this brother talking about how this sister created some hair clips, and then another lady stole her idea. And then when she asked her about it, the lady sued the freaking original creator, and the court sent the original creator uh um basically a shut up notice, right? You can never talk about it. You can't talk about what's going on. And what I think happened is that person, they linked up with somebody that called themselves some sort of fucking attorney, right? Because anybody can represent you, right? So she has somebody false represents her and send this girl a cease and desist letter, knowing that's completely illegal, hoping that it scared her not to continue to follow and to go forward with the sue. right? Because if she went to the Supreme Court, she can escalate that issue as high as she possibly can. Why? Because the whole country is talking about intellectual property theft, right? Intellectual property theft is an idea that you create, right? Like the iPhone 17, right? But they got this other phone outside of America that's also called the 17 Pro Max. It looks exactly like the iPhone 17. It has the exact same chemical. It has the exact same physical structure as the iPhone 17. It has the exact same camera spot on the back. It just does something different with that function on the back of the camera. That's intellectual property theft, right? Right now, the American government and the foreign government is in court battling against who deserves the rights to that intellectual property. Just like when AT&T, Singular, T-Mobile, and all of them was fighting for the iPhone contract because everybody wanted the iPhone. Any any phone company now that has the iPhone, that iPhone is the number one seller on their um on their roster, right? So I'm saying all this, and it might sound a whole bunch of shit all over the place, but like I said, I'm always bringing full circle to you, right? So we live in this world in reality, and we're so oblivious to what's going on around us, even what's happening with each other. So much so, God is already back, and God is already working on the rapture. The angels are already here. I told y'all, heaven ain't empty aside from the defenders and the gatekeepers, but the warriors of heaven is on earth. The warriors of heaven is on these planets where you don't think life is, and life is. And those angels are speaking to people like you and me. Those angels are communicating instantaneously with karma. That's why somebody do something to you today, you will hear about something that's happened to them tomorrow or the very following week. I am telling you, in order for that to actually, in order for that to be fulfilled, in order for that to happen, you have to be fully engulfed in your self belief. You got to be fully engulfed in your self knowing, right? Like, you know your name, you know who your parents are, you know how much fingers and how much toes you have. Just like how you know those things, you need to know that whatever happened to you, you're going to be avenged. You need to know that whatever is going on right now is going to be handled and going to be taken care of. You need to know that you are a hero. And just like Superman needs the sun to supercharge, you have the Most High supercharging you. You have the sun supercharging you. You have the earth, the air. You can take a breath, so then you should take a breather, not just to appreciate the air, the sun, and the earth, but appreciate the strength that you have, that you got up out of bed today. Appreciate the strength that you have, that you're able to dream and you're able to be ambitious about something. That's superhero traits. A superhero is exactly who you are when you get up out of bed and you're thinking in your mind, I want to accomplish today. I don't want to accomplish a task. I want to accomplish today because I'm so tired of the days being so heavy. I'm tired of the days and the nights weighing on me and causing me to feel like that tomorrow that's supposed to be a promise ain't so much something that I want to even look forward to. Like I told you, they're gonna want to bench you. They're gonna want to sit you down. They don't want you to be feeling happy. They don't want you to feel excited. They don't want you to feel happy about the day. They don't want you to feel ambitious about going after your dreams. They don't want you to feel ambitious about living your dreams and chasing your nightmares. They want you to feel stressed about it. They want you to say that it's not going to happen. They want you to feel like tomorrow's not coming. They want you to feel like you're not going to be able to make it. They want you to feel all those things because as long as you choose to feel those things, you give up your strength. You give up that cape and you give up that S on your chest. So you no longer want to be a superhero because the devil can weigh on your mind. The devil won't send the devil won't send a hitman. The devil won't send a hit crew for you, right? Like what's the name? like like in Scarface, right? Damn, what the hell is that dude name that told Tony Montana, you wanna go to war with Alexandra Sosa? He's not gonna he's not gonna he's not gonna send a letter or some shit like that. He's gonna send a fucking hit squad, right? So the devil isn't gonna send a hit squad to you because the devil already knows you're a warrior. The devil already knows that you're ready to die. The devil already knows that you're ready to fight. The devil already knows that you're ready to risk it all. So what the devil is gonna send you is some pussy. The devil gonna send you some weed. He gonna send you some alcohol. He gonna send you some pills. He gonna send you He gonna say it's gonna be so strategic, right? You gonna be like, I'm done partying, yo. I don't even got money to go out, and I'm glad because that'll get me the motivation to not want to go out because I already got no money, so I shouldn't even be thinking about going out. Boom, yo, I got you. We getting it free. I got your drinks. Yeah, you ain't gotta pay nothing. You broke, but your soul still wants to go and party. Oh, the devil is gonna make sure you get it free. You're gonna get into Babylon for free, baby. But you're gonna have to pay to get into heaven, right? What you pay to get into heaven is just I can't say just because it's not just something that you just do, right? It's something that you it's something that you become, right? Like I felt like maybe I became so cold that my heart that I thought was open is no longer open. It's frozen and it's solid and it's callous. The emotion and the joy that I thought I had has now become my shield and buckler, where I'm now fighting off against any and everybody that could potentially be harmful to my dreams. And what it was me in my head not giving up. It was me in my head telling myself that I'm going to defend you, McLeish. I'm going to defend you, baby boy. That child in my heart. I told myself in my head, I'm going to defend you and I'm going to make sure that there's a place that you can be your most joyful, heartfelt, heartful, carefree, careful, joyous self. And I'm gonna make sure that you never get taken advantage of. I'm gonna make sure that you never get abused. I'm gonna make sure that you never get manipulated. I'm gonna make sure that your heart never experiences the things that you've experienced before. And I use my awareness of the things that I suffered through. I use my ability to remember all the hurt, all the things that happened, all the lies that were told, all the unnecessary things that happened, just to make sure I don't even put a smile on my face that day, right? Like remember, whatever that nigga Herb name is, talking about he believe I left my family, right? But the shit that hurt me is that I would have I would have done anything for my sister. I would have done everything for my sister. I was always my sister's best friend, right? But when you tell me and you treat me the way you treat me, and you make sure that I don't have no companionship, you make sure that I feel like nobody will ever love me. You make sure that I feel like nothing will ever be. When you make sure what my sister made sure, and then she purposefully, her and her fiance, her wife, have bringing all these random strangers over to their house, but then you tell me I can't invite nobody to your house. I gotta take myself somewhere else if I want to do this, and if I don't like it, then I could leave. Yeah. So I'm glad that I'm actually grateful and glad that all that had happened, because if it didn't, I would have been thinking that my sister actually gave a fuck about me, knowing that my sister didn't care, knowing that every day she was on the phone and I'm listening to her talk shit to her aunt-in-law about me and my relationship with my wife, asking her to not bring me up or my relationship up, asking her for respect, right? My own sister, right? But the only thing that I receive is getting laughed in my face, and then more disrespect and more shit talk up until my last day there, up until my last evening there. She's on the phone laughing while her wife, drunk as fuck, threatening to shoot me. She's laughing on the phone. We're talking about can she leave while my shit is packed up and I'm ready to fucking go, right? Because it's a whole lot of stuff that was going on in that house, right? A whole lot of drinking problems, a whole lot of bullshit going on, a whole lot of money problem. It was so much shit going on in there, and no matter what I did or said, for some reason I felt like I was the only one suffering their lack of responsibility, right? Because you poison your son against his own father, and then you went and poisoned your own son against his uncle in front of his face, right? So much so that in the same house you prevent your son from spending time with his own uncle, your own brother. For what? I don't know. But for what y'all see, I used to post my nephews on here constantly. We having fun. We outside. If I'm outside, they come out. If I'm playing music, they come and dancing. I post videos, me and my little nephew dancing. He going crazy and all that stuff, right? So obviously, y'all aren't the only ones that was seeing my nephews having fun with their uncle. My sisters was also seeing that, and they was also seeing that my nephews wasn't having fun with them. And jealousy and envy will drive a mother to do anything to so-called protect her child from whatever imaginary danger that is around, when it's literally no fucking danger. The place that you moved, it has zero crime, it has zero fucking children, it has zero people. Everybody there old. It's sheriffs and military people all over the place. It's it's just it just didn't make any sense to why there was so much chains and shackles on my nephews to spend time with their uncle right out fucking side of their own fucking house. But I had to realize that, you know, because the closer I got to the truth is the more drama that her and her wife started with me, because it wasn't supposed to be me there, you know, having a having a place with family that, I can recover, get back on my feet, and get the hell up out of there. Nah, nope. It's very easy for you to ask me for money, and it's also easy for you to tell the wow, hey, it's easy for people to ask you for money, and it's very easy for them to tell people that you never gave them shit, right? And it's very easy for those same people to believe that because it's your house. You, right? The house rules. You go into a casino, the house always wins, right? You can't go into a casino and expect to go against the house and win. That's why I never tried to go against the house. Not just not just in that aspect, but in the aspect of you don't go against any house. You stand in your own. You stand in your own lane. You stand on your own principles. You stand on your own morals. You stand on your own power. And that's exactly what the fuck I did. Right? That's why nobody from my past can tell me I owe them anything except Wyatt. I owe that nigga $500. My big homie. I told him I was gonna pay him, but life kept happening. But that's like that's just how things are supposed to be, right? Because when I do get to where I'm going, that $500 is gonna be 500,000, right? That my big homie, what him and his sister did for me is gonna be way more than any type of payment, right? Because I'm not gonna forget the people that was there for me. I'm not gonna forget the people that I said in my head and in my heart that was gonna be there with me. And I told my sister, because she started this bullshit in 2017 when her wife, fiance at the time, hooked me up with her friend, and then went and told my sister that the same girl you hooked me up with, that you was friends with for all these years, wanted to fuck you. And y'all so-called had a situationship, right? But that didn't happen until you saw how much fun we was having, how happy we was, how happy I made her. That's why I said my last relationship, we couldn't be together because it was too much. We did too much damage to a fucking fragile system and fragile motherfuckers' egos, to where now your friend is calling you out for all the shit that you've been doing and lying and saying, and I'm trying to make the same girl you're smearing, you call your friend, I'm trying to make that same girl on the same page with my sister, because I'm a family oriented person. I don't give a fuck what y'all had going on before. I just got here, right? I moved down there in 2016. They knew each other from since when, right? And the crazy thing about it, me and my sister, we were talking before I even moved to VA, and she introduced me to her spouse before I moved to VA. And even though we don't we don't you know nobody in our family was ever LGBT, right? Nobody in our family ever did any of that stuff, right? So me thinking that, and me knowing that my father's not going to support that, I'm going to be there for my sister, right? Because she's my sister. That's my mother's daughter, right? So if anybody is going to be there for her, it's going to be her only brother. Plus, my father told her, yo, It's only you two. You only got each other. This, that, and the third, right? So in my head, my sister feels the same way, right? We only got each other, but she played that shit so fucking well, right? Because she been doing this since she was a fucking baby, right? Do her little dirt and then cry, and then you don't get beat. You don't, you get spared from the ass whooping because you cry, right? You cry and you say he did it or it's him, right? So hey, she played it very well, and all that stuff was played so well, it made me not even want to compete. I don't compete with shit. I don't compete with nobody. I don't give a fuck if you was God himself, herself. I won't compete with you because I already know who I am. I already know what I'm about, and I already know what I stand for. So I don't gotta. What the fuck you got that I want? I don't want nothing that you got. I'm here to give the world something. I'm here to give the world something. I'm not here to take nothing from the world, right? I'm not here to take shit from the world. I'm here to give the world freedom. I'm here to give the world. I'm here to give the world peace. I'm here to give the world solutions. I'm here to give the world a wake up call. I'm here to give the world a threat of what's going to happen in the next few months because motherfuckers refuse to close the fucking book and open your hearts and open your eyes. Put some chapstick on my lips. So yeah, that relationship had to get destroyed. And the crazy thing about it, I told my sister, "You will never see me again when I leave." She thought that she thought that that shit was never gonna happen. She thought that I was talking out my ass because I was mad. This, that, and the third. How many times you gonna tell somebody if you don't like it, you could leave? And my father knows this stuff, right? My father knows this, and he talked to her about this same shit, but she refused. Why? Because when women, when women want to make sure a man is disrespected, emasculated, and knows that he has nowhere else to go. That's why there's so many men in relationship for like 50, 60 years because the women, they're so fucking strategic with how they abuse their men. Then they could just be sitting on there docile as fuck while she happy celebrating life and he looked like he could fucking croak in any second, right? And then when the man looked like that, you probably see the woman looking like she don't like life or she unhappy or she this, that, and the third. Why? Because he looks like he's happy with life. He looks like he loves and he is loved, right? So obviously a man like that is very dangerous because when you are happy, it's like that one person dancing. Sooner or later, somebody else is gonna come join you dancing. And when that one other person join you dancing, the whole crowd is gonna come joining you dancing. And if your girl is a sourpuss and she don't like when you're happy and she see all these people dancing with you, she gonna be like, "Who the fuck is all these people? You da 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 this, you da 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 that." Like I seen it happen with my father, right? He couldn't do nothing with his friends without my stepmom talking about you fucking with some other woman. And I know my father. My father works so hard. He don't have time to fuck with nobody else, right? My father, my father made sure my sister was so fucking good. He forgot about his son, and I felt that shit. And it was like I was just supposed to deal with it. And now that I'm old, I'm not supposed to think about it. I'm not supposed to worry about it, and I'm not supposed to have any type of repercussions of what the fuck happened that I couldn't control in my childhood, right? So today I'm responsible for whatever happened to me when I was 3 years old, right? Because I'm an adult now, right? So now it's my responsibility, right? Right? But there's no statute of limitations on death, right? You commit a crime like that, they can hunt you down for life. It ain't gonna be like, oh, I've been living 20 years, good. They don't give a fuck. They want you for what you did 50 years ago. They want you for what you did 10,000 years ago. because there's no statute of limitation, right? There's no statute of limitation on being a fucking dick. There's no statute of limitation on being a fucking asshole. There's no statute of limitation on fucking over somebody. There's no statute of limitation on fucking over your family. There's no statute of limitation on fucking over your spouse. There's no statute of limitation on lying to a motherfucker that was riding and would have died for you. Okay? There's no statute of limitation on that. Don't let nobody make you feel like you don't deserve to feel hurt from a motherfucker hurting you. There ain't no statute of limitation on God blessing you. There ain't no statute of limitation on God cursing you. So I suggest you fucking be careful of how you treat people, especially the ones that doing worse than you. My sister's a fucking citizen in this country. My sister could be making $100,000 a year. My sister could be making $200,000 a year, but she refused to let daddy take care of her. I mean, she refused to do that, and she chose to let daddy take care of her. She chose to blame everybody else for what the fuck happened. I kept telling my sister for so much fucking years, Auntie Glenda is dead and gone for so fucking long. You still fucking talking about the same shit. Your fucking 1 year getting your ass whooped don't fucking have nothing compared to what the fuck I suffered through. And you watched that shit. You played a part in some of that shit. But now that it's happening to you, that's the thing. It was happening to her. And she couldn't fucking cry and call daddy. And daddy couldn't defend her and be there. So whatever happened, she wasn't able to get defended. I'm not saying that it was right. I'm saying you can't cry about that shit forever. Like what? Me and my friend Brandon Lalu, I still respect my boy. He a veteran. He went into the military. Now he a vet, right? We used to talk about how we used to get our ass whooped for anything. I'm talking about anything. You used to get your ass whooped. Any Caribbean child in this chat, please tell them how you would get your ass whooped for anything. You would get your ass whooped for thinking about something. You would get smacked up for thinking about some shit. You getting cussed out and your face make a if your face make one wrong screw or bend, you get slapped. You can't even cry when you get in trouble because they're gonna give you something to cry for. That's why it's so hard for fucking Caribbean boys, and that's why the Caribbean men is so stand up, right? So disciplined. You listen to me, and then you listen to another Trinidadian man speak. You would think I ain't even Trinidadian. But I can't take my credit away because people talk to me and they wonder how I'm so intellectual. But it's because I was forced to learn. I wasn't given the option to, oh, do you want to learn today? You want to learn today? Shit. A lot of y'all. I'll say this with full knowing. None of y'all ever got y'all ass whooped by y'all parents in school in front of y'all friends or none of that shit. None of y'all ever experienced getting y'all ass whooped in front of somebody that y'all cared for, loved, called y'all friend, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. None of y'all. None of y'all here. Yo, y'all be shot the fuck out in the chat if you fart. That's funny as hell. Nigga, yeah, your ass shit. That's funny. Y'all remember Malik? Is his name Malik, right? From the game, that little dude that was living with the quarterback. He told him, "You want some gay shit?" And then when he walked out, he's like, "We are gay, as in happy." That's so funny as shit, man. Hey, but nah, I respect my boy Brandon Lalu. I think it's Lau. I don't- We've been saying Lalu for so many fucking years. That's like a nickname, right? When you tell somebody your nickname, they're gonna forget what your real name is. They gonna be like, "Damn, I knew that motherfucking name was something, but they call him this." But yeah, I'm good with faces. I'm terrible with names, and I'm even more terrible with birthdays. Nigga, it's 28 to 31 days in a month, and then there's 12 of them, and you got one of the days. I'm not gonna remember that. That's why I be waiting on Facebook to be like, "Hey, this person's birthday is coming up in 6 days." I'll be like, "Oh shit, yeah." Now I could tell them happy birthday without being late. But I think about too much stuff to think about stuff like that. What I think about now, I'm just waiting for the people to get on that certain level to where when I start talking about it, I could feel like you know, I'm speaking to somebody that's already on a little bit of the wavelength of understanding what I'm talking about because I don't just like getting on here and talking. I've been channeling for 42 minutes. I ain't even looked at the chat because this is what my Sunday about. It's the day of the sun. Bear my grievances out to the Most High. Bear your grievances out to the Lord and pray until the Lord hears it, and then keep on praying until you're delivered onto the horizons, onto the shores of the beaches of your mothers and fathers. Like I said, two siblings could have the same abusive, drunken, neglectful parent, and one of those children, will grow up to be the spawn of Satan, Cain incarnate, and the other one, well, the other one is gonna have to go through a lot more shit, but that other one is gonna be like Michael, like Gabriel, like McLeish, like Achilles, a name that's gonna be remembered and revered, not just for the meaning that it holds, but for who held that name and for what they did while they held that name. I always saw myself on a battlefield in the biggest fucking war. And I've been seeing that since I was a baby, sweating and pissing my bed, thinking I'm being haunted. I was being haunted. I was being haunted by all the memories. I was being haunted by things that happened, things that were going on, and things that were to come. A lot of children like me have those dreams, but they ain't getting on here and talking this shit. And the ones that's getting on here talking this shit, they gonna talk their shit after they hear me talk my shit. And that's okay. Somebody got to do it first. Somebody got to do it first, nigga. Jesus had to die for motherfuckers to believe in the Bible today. And I told the stars when I was 9, I'll do this shit myself. My father was always hard on me. From since I could remember, I used to get my ass whooped for doing any and everything. So getting knocked down or getting punched or getting hit by the world or society, shit don't fucking phase me. Y'all see my face? You see my face? This is a spiritual scar that I came into this world with. Nobody knows how I got it. And I got a V on my back that appeared there a week after my mother passed away. My father was giving me a bath. He saw a V on my back. Took me to the doctor. Doctor didn't know what it was. Gave him some cream. Cream didn't work. As he kept watching me grow, he realized the V on my back is growing. You see, a lot of things will happen, and people will think they're doing something. People will think, yes. People will think, haha. People will think, but or like my father told me, you know what thought made a man do? Thought made a man shit himself. He thought he wanted to fart, and then he let it rip. He shit himself. I need to stop thinking that y'all could do something to somebody and do something with y'all motherfucking self. Do something with your fucking self. It's a lot. It'll be a lot quicker. You don't like you don't like how somebody living their life? Take yours away. Don't try to take theirs away. You don't want to see somebody. You don't like how the world is, but you sitting in your bed talking about, oh, all these people are the same. You worse than them because you crying about what they doing and you refuse to do anything about it. I see somebody telling lies. I get right up on here and I be like, this motherfucker bullshitting. This me mother flower talking crap. This mother flower is gonna lead y'all to here. This is what these mother flowers is thinking about y'all. This is what these mother flowers is about to do. Da 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 da. Y'all go in the comment section crying. Y'all go in the motherfucking on the blog post, making them motherfuckers more famous, talking about somebody else's life. And when they and the thing about it, right? If I was a blog and I posted some shit about somebody, I wouldn't give a fuck what anybody said in the comments. Why? Because I posted something about somebody. I didn't post something about me or my body or my baby or my wife or my spouse or anything like that. So I wouldn't give a fuck what anybody say random as hell in the fucking comments in the fucking chat that ain't spending no money in a world that requires you to spend money in order for anything to happen. Nothing happens for free. This is a capitalist society. America is ground zero for fucking genocide. Don't fucking tell me shit unless you ready to go to war. Don't tell me nothing about what anybody else is doing. I don't give a fuck what Obama did when he was in office. I don't give a fuck what's going on now that Trump is in office. You motherfuckers are the laziest motherfuckers to watch somebody do something to you and then don't do anything about it. But what you will do about it, you're gonna cut off your family, you're gonna cut off your friends, you're gonna cut off the people that you knew for years for one random motherfucker that's gonna be in there for a short period of time. But you're gonna cut off your loved ones, your family members, your friends because of some random stranger. I understand what's going on, right? But you have to also understand what's going on. I know what's going on. Somebody is in office that you don't like. But what are you going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? Nothing. Just talk shit? Nah, I'm not just going to talk shit about it. I told you what I'm waiting on. I said, don't call my name unless y'all ready for this shit. I said, don't call my fucking name unless y'all ready for this shit. I said, don't call my fucking name unless y'all ready for this shit. Because when you call my name, I don't come to talk. I don't come to fucking talk. I don't give a fuck about nigga. What the fuck is all the talk about? We've been talking for 2025 years. We've been talking for too long. So I don't come to talk. I send a threat. And what happens next depends on what side you choose. So you better watch your step. Oh man. Why you think there's so much attacks going on? I like before it was issues with implants and false artists and industry plants and all this, right? Now we got spiritual plants. You think the devil, let's let's just let's just use what we know. Let's just use what we got so I can explain what the fuck we got going on. Know thy enemy, right? Who is the devil's enemy, right? Because God don't have enemies. God have haters. God have usurpers and people that want to manipulate the energy of God for their own gain. I don't have enemies. If you see me as your enemy, you better go take it up with God because you will continue to see me celebrate life and you will continue to see me eat, especially when you think that I won't have anything to eat, especially when you think that I'm about to be starving, especially when you think that I done took the last sip of my orange juice. God will make you God will make you cut that laughing out and bite your motherfucking jaw until your teeth break because you will see me enjoying some watermelon juice. You will see me hugged up under a sycamore tree with a beauty kissing on me. When you think you're choosing somebody as your enemy, you have already lost half that battle. And you're lucky that person don't lift their hand and monkey slap the shit out of you with the other half of that battle that you're gonna be losing. Step into somebody that ain't never did nothing to you, that had the best interest, your best interest at heart and at hand, yeah, you can't do nothing but lose. That's why I don't hate. I don't throw out negativity. I don't even do return to sender spells because I be thinking about motherfuckers that would do some shit like that to me, and then I be looking at their soul, I be looking at their spirit, and I be looking at their soul, and I be looking at their spirit, and I be saying, you know, goddamn well you can't do shit to me. You know good and fucking well I will fuck you up if you fucking step to me. You know good and well if you don't get locked up and I get my hands on you, it's over for you. That's how I be looking at their spirit. I be commanding their spirit to come fucking here, front and center, like a parent with a fucking stick, old ass stick. Like the parent with the fucking stick, come. I said, come right here. You come about 50 feet away. I'll be commanding their souls to come the fuck here. Yeah. I told you, I saw myself battling the devil when I was a little baby. You think you motherfuckers is any fucking match for me? You serious? I allowed my heart to be open to you to hurt me so that God can see that you don't deserve nobody to fucking love. I allowed you to abuse me so that God can see that you deserve to be abused the same fucking way that you abused me. I know I could fucking put my hands on a woman. I know I could put my fucking hands on my ex-wife. I know if I did, she would probably end off worse than the boyfriend that she was with that knocked the fucking tooth out, threatened to kill her just because she was fucking with me. That pussy ass nigga ain't strong enough to do to her what I would have done to her if I decided to put my hands on her. And he's fat as fuck and bigger than me, and I know that I'm stronger than him. Why? Because I didn't do what he did when I was with her. I didn't treat her like how he did when I was with her. I don't give a fuck how much times they just picked up and drove and went to the fucking beach. Bitch, I am the beach. Nigga, I'm the sun, moon, and the stars. We don't gotta go to the fucking beach to have fun in the beach, nigga. I'll get some water in this bucket and throw it on you. And then run, and you have to chase my ass with some water, and I might slow down for you to catch up to me and make you feel like you did something. So now we both having a water fight. Listen, you can say whatever you want. Money, like I told you, Papoose taught me a long time ago. Niggas in Brooklyn don't give a fuck about your rubber band stacks. Niggas will rob you for your money and give you your rubber bands back. Nigga, talking about rubber band stacks. Give me that fucking money and you can keep the fucking rubber bands, nigga. I don't give a fuck about money. It's about your heart and your character. That's exactly why my ex-wife, not only did she fight me, but she fight me to not leave. And then she fought me again when I decided to stay. So yeah, I drive women crazy because they don't never see me in another nigga. These celebrities, they see me talk, they hear my passion in my voice, and they go get a nigga with dreads. They go get a nigga with dreads, right? They be single, and I be liking they shit. And then they go get a nigga that look like me, and then show them off in their pictures. And then 2 weeks later, they broke. I mean, they broke up because that nigga ain't me. They they be getting niggas, and I'm that nigga. I'm that nigga's idol. I'm who that dude looks up to. So why the fuck you think you're gonna have me and him? I tell you motherfuckers all the time, don't expect you from nobody. Why would you expect me from somebody? What Bobby Hemmett say? Y'all all right? That should be catching me off guard. He be like, y'all all right? Let me check up on my congregation. Oh man, I had fun. I be having fun. I don't know why. I don't know why. Nah. I can't say I don't know why because every single time I start saying I don't know why, the answer just be formulating in my head like nigga. Obviously, this is why, right? So obviously, like I told like I told homeboy just now, cool dude, man, respectful, upstanding. He got his head on his shoulders. Wherever you move, if you choose good, you will be the only light in your vicinity. Everybody else around you is going to be dark and darkness. Jesus knew who Judas was before Jesus was supposed to know he was going to be betrayed by this motherfucker. So don't you think Jesus hanging out with these thugs, he hearing shit that these motherfuckers are saying in their mind. I tell y'all, I be smelling y'all energy. So I could read your fucking mind and I could feel your fucking I be seeing people, right? Rappers be posting up pictures. and they be having it's so crazy because their friends, their entourage, whoever, it be this one dude in the group that just be having the stalest look, and he's not security. He looks like the rapper or the celebrity in, you know, in who we're talking about, right? And they just have that look on their face that if they have that one fucking chance, that one opportunity, that one split second, they would remove the fucking person that they claim to support in a heartbeat. And they would do it for nothing. They would do it for nothing. Hey, yes, yes, yes. All right, y'all. We're gonna send a beautiful blessing to Madai Mendoza's cat. We know Set. We know the angels and all the cats in heaven is gonna be rejoicing and celebrating the life that has been fulfilled in its purpose. So while your cat was here with you, the memories, the moments, and the time that y'all spent together, it was supposed to prepare you and make you aware spiritually and physically of this moment in your time. So it's not necessarily going to be a prayer, it's going to be a thank you to your companion for being there for you for as long as you've had your companion there with you. And though this moment might be disheartening and hurtful, I want you to know that anytime you get up out of your bed at night, evening, early in the AM, and you feel like something's snuggling up against your face, it might be the spirit of your cat thanking you for being the caretaker that you was in that cat's life. And I want to thank you as well because a lot of people don't acknowledge the special thing that cats are. Cats aren't just, oh, they're not just there to ward off physical predators because you can see a physical predator from a mile away. You know somebody following you because you feel that shit crawling on the back of your neck. So that cat don't need to be there to physically defend you, like how people be like, oh, this, that, and the third, and then they also be like, well, cats don't work with the police like dogs do. But that always makes me laugh because there really ain't there is no police cats, but cats and dogs, they're not so different from each other. A dog can protect you from a physical threat, especially if it's an imminent physical threat. And a cat can protect you from that same threat months before it happens in the physical. So spiritually, the cat is warding off that physical spirit that the dog can only see when the dog is there to protect you in that moment. So a cat, you can be around you can be around a bunch of people, right? And you'll think that, you know, it's a happy go lucky place, but then that cat rubs up on your foot and you look at the cat and then when you look up you notice one figure out of all out of all the people in the crowd. And After you notice that one figure, you realize, goodness gracious, what that energy is that you just felt from that one figure. And even if it's for a split second that you just seen that one figure and it's never again, you'll have that visual in your head. So a couple months down the line, you seeing this figure again, and you're like, this figure looks familiar, and you don't have a good feeling about this figure. But with the dog, you won't have none of those feelings. It will only happen when you hear the dog barking and you think the dog barking at this person because the dog just likes barking and all dogs do is bark. But dogs, they have frequencies in their barks. A dog can bark at a high frequency, meaning it's scared. A dog can bark at a medium frequency, meaning it's trying to alert you. And a dog can bark at a low frequency, meaning it's mad or it's angry and it's ready to attack. A cat is going to analyze the whole shit. I'm not trying to tell y'all how animals are. Please bear with me. I'm trying to give y'all a personification of what I believe happens in the spirit world with these animals. So a cat, it will see the spirit just like the mummy. The mummy was always scared of that one little furry cat because the cat is an ancient animal. So your cat that just passed has ancient blood in its fur, in its DNA, in its little cat paws, right? In its catnip. So it's up to you. If you want to get another cat, you can. But in my opinion, in my humble opinion, I would say let your next cat choose you. You can put yourself in an area with a whole bunch of cats, and whichever cat you feel more closest to, that might be a relative to the spirit of the cat that you previously had. Like it might be a cousin spirit, or it might be a sister spirit or a brother spirit. You never know. Energy never dies, it's only transformed and changed. So yeah, like the cat will analyze, it will see the spirit, and the spirit is gonna have to make itself known, just like how when the mummy was scared, he turned into a big ball of fucking a big tornado and ran the fuck away. So when the cat does that, and you see somebody around like, oh, I don't like cats or this, that, and the third about the cat, like for some fucking reason, it's some random ass issue that popped up out of nowhere about that cat. You got to see that person's spirit and you got to see that person's heart, because the same person that have that heart that hates that cat, it can manipulate that dog because of smells. And the dog, you know how when they say you smell rotten eggs or you smell like a dead rat or something like that, evil is being done around you or somebody evil is right there near you, right? A dog will eat a dead rotting human flesh. Cats won't do that shit. Cat won't drink dirty water, but a dog will eat vomit and shit. So, so if you know a cat won't drink dirty water and it won't eat a dead body, but a dog would, that just lets you know the physical aspects and the physical parameters of the dog versus the cat. Damn, I went into a nice long talk about your cat, but that got me off of what I was talking about. So I appreciate that. And if you're gonna get a new, and if you get a new cat, all right, now you, that's just too much. That's too much. I don't know you. I don't know who's behind the face on there, But you got me talking about too much negative things, and you're bringing up too much negative stuff now. So now, instead of me seeing it as somebody that I can be lenient with, because I'm not a negative person, and I say that in the way I don't I don't bleed on others, right? Like I wouldn't tell anybody that I lost my cat or I lost my dog. I might make a video about it, and that video would be to give thanks, like how I was giving thanks to your cat. But now you're writing that you got the C word. It's like, don't use my channel and my comment section as a pity party. I didn't care when my ex-wife was crying in my face because I knew she was bullshitting. I don't I don't I don't fall for crocodile tears, and I don't fall for the sob stories. But if that is something that you're suffering with, I wouldn't want to post that everywhere. I wouldn't, even if you have what you say you have, you don't want it, do you? So why would you post it and make it more real than it is? Because everything is spiritual. You can have a fever and you haven't had a fever in 5 years, but you just met somebody and now all of a sudden you got a fever. And if you're not in your own self knowing, you don't know that that's that person that gave you that fever, or that entity that you allowed into your vicinity or into your energy is sucking at your life force. So somebody that's around you might be infecting you with something or making you feel so stressed that now your body develops what you're now saying that you have. I'm not saying is any I'm not saying there's anything wrong with you. I'm not saying that, you're bad or anything like that. I want you to be aware of the control that you have. We can talk about the thunderstorm that's about to come, or we can enjoy the sun that's going to be here before and after the thunderstorm. We already know thunderstorms are bad. We already know sickness is bad. So we don't want to give it the energy that it is asking for, because it's a death parable. It's a death ally. Anything that's a dis-ease, that's causing your body to be at an unease, anything that's causing your body to be in pain, it's all agents of death. So no matter what, even if you have that C word and you want to post it to let someone know that you have it, let the world know how you're let the world know where you stand on that, right? Are you saying that you have it and you're ready to go? Or are you saying that you have it, you don't like that you have it, and you're currently in the state in the steps of getting rid of it? You're currently in the steps of having it spiritually removed from your body. Because the more you think about being sick, the more sick you will be. The more you think about being happy, the more happy you will be. Like I said, when you choose light, there's going to be darkness around you. But when you choose darkness, you're going to see light, and it's going to haunt you, and it's going to make you feel like you will never be able to bask or to be in the light. So you have to choose life and choose light and be sure and be strong in that knowing, because once you choose what you choose, that's when the fight and the battle really starts. So if you want to get rid of that, what you have, I can give you some information, but you will have to trust yourself. You will have to trust the earth, and you will have to trust the spirit that is you going through this, right? You can get some black seed oil, get some ginger, some garlic, and for 2 weeks, that and water will be what you consume. So, what will end up happening to your physical body, it will seem like it is dying. But what will be spiritually happening is your body will be healing itself and pushing out all that sickness that's in you. Is going to be flushing it out of your colon. Is going to flush the mucus out of your lymph nodes. It's going to flush the mucus out of your lungs. No more bronchitis. It's going to flush the mucus out of your colon. No more colon cancer. It's going to flush the mucus out of your balls. No more testicular cancer. It's going to flush the mucus out of your body. Sickness, disease is mucus in the body. You want to get the mucus out the body, you want to use garlic, right? What is the most what is the one thing that they say garlic is used for? Fighting against vampires. Any type of parasite that's sucking your energy, sucking your blood, garlic. Start the day with a piece of garlic. Drink water, garlic. Onions, anything that makes you sweat is what you need whenever you're fever, whenever you're sick, whenever you feel like you're not getting enough energy. You have to make your body feel like it's going to die. All the while, your soul and your spirit and your mind, it knows you're just flushing out whatever doesn't belong. I'm not going to stay too long on this because I'm on here 77 minutes. Damn, this is the longest live I ever done. How much steps I took? My steps. All right. Look at how much steps I took, y'all. 10,146 steps. That's like 5 miles. 8,000, that's 3 miles. Yeah, that's like 5 miles. Anyway, no, no, no. Don't keep it to yourself. I'm not saying keep it to yourself. I'm saying don't bleed on others, right? Like when a tree, I, I, I I'm not gonna use no parables. I'm not gonna use no. When something's going wrong, the last thing you want to do is remind yourself of what's going wrong. The one thing you want to do, remind yourself, I don't want to feel like this. So what can I do to not feel like this? Boom, right? So um, you're fighting a flu. Call it that, because it's no different than mucus in the body, right? When you have what you have, just say, I'm getting this mucus out of my body. I'm getting this mucus from out of my system, right? You could be going through, you could be going through more than what I'm going through. And me walking and being on here is taking my mind off of it. But I know that I'm gonna get off of here and I'm gonna just be flooded with the thoughts of all the things that I'm thinking about. But once I know that I can assist one person or anybody, I can be at ease with what happens to me. I can die happy knowing that my last words or the last things or the last thing that I said is something to help somebody. I can die in satisfactory knowing that every day that I use my phone, that I get on the internet, I'm speaking the truth. So when I die, I don't have to worry about being on my deathbed telling nobody nothing. If anything, I'll be on my deathbed with an AK-47 waiting for motherfuckers to come in to tell me sorry so that I can have the final chance to blow their head off their goddamn shoulders for what the fuck they did. Since they gonna still be living and I ain't gonna be able to see their let's go. But you know what I'm saying? I know that when I leave this earth, it's gonna be standing on both feet, never knees in the dirt. What Lil Wayne said, gonna be on both feet, never knees in the dirt, right? So you working on getting that mucus out of your body. You ain't sick. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Like my father used to tell me when I told him that I had issues learning and I had issues paying attention. My dad told me I was just plain stupid. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm gonna tell you, ain't nothing wrong with you. Even up until the last day that you're here on this earth, ain't nothing wrong with you because you are not your body. You are that soul that's beating every time you put your hand on your chest and you feel that boom, 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 boom. 3 beats. So your heartbeat is 1 beat. Whenever you feel it and all you hear is that boom, boom, it's a third beat that you don't hear. So your heart beats in three. So take everything in threes. They say death comes in three, but so does life. Don't focus on the death. Focus on the life, right? Give yourself 3 weeks. Don't eat no meat. Don't eat nothing that has mucus in it. No dairy, no milk, nothing white, nothing creamy, nothing thick, nothing that has anything to do with no ingredients. You're eating garlic, ginger. I'm talking about getting the ginger root from the store, peeling off the skin. I don't care if you gotta bite that motherfucker and chew it and swallow the juice and spit the motherfucking the root out, or if you just you know do whatever and then grate it up and put it in a bottle of water. Ingest that fucking ginger, ingest that garlic, ingest that water. Put lemons in your water. Put lemon juice in your water. Anything that can push shit out of your ass, piss out of your balls, and vomit out of your mouth. You want to put that in your body because the mucus that you are going to be exfoliating, you're going to want to do this too. You see that? That is mucus. Everybody has that. When you go and get your face washed and all that bullshit, and then you have to be around somebody and then you just be smelling sweat. That's what the fuck you be smelling. They be having it all in their beard because niggas don't be washing themselves. They be dirty. They don't be pushing their nose in the showers. They be dirty. Niggas always sound if a person sounds like they have a sinus problem, they don't do that shit right there. They don't clean that out. I do that shit every other day because it builds up every other day. It builds up every day, but every other day you'll be able to notice the buildup when you push and you squeeze. It won't happen literally continuously. You'll do it a few times and then that shit'll run out, right? And then the next day you'll do it again and you'll see ain't nothing coming out, right? And then the next day you'll do it and then you'll realize, okay, maybe a little bit coming out. And then you'll see maybe every other day you'll do it, but you want to get the mucus out of your body. All that is mucus. Everything good. You a vegetarian? If you're a vegetarian, then you might want to find like the healthiest fish. I say red snapper because that's like the like open ocean, not no river, not no not no lake fish, no none of that. Nothing local. Everything open water, right? Yeah, except for tuna, nothing big, right? Nothing that can hold what's that thing? Mercury in it, right? Like a shark. We eat shark in Trinidad, but we eat the baby shark because it's the small shark that don't be eating all that crap in the ocean, and now it's got all this nasty stuff in his body, right? Um, the They talk about lamb, right? Lamb is a very, very small goat. It's the baby goat, right? So when they cook lamb and they talking about lamb chops and you see the lamb chops, they look so damn small, is because they're cooking the baby lamb. They're not cooking the big, big, big lamb because the big lamb is the meat is too old and it'll be too gamey, right? It'll be too hard. You'll have to cook it for too. It'll just be too complicated, right? That's why when they cook oxtail, they use the tail of the cow, right? Because those are the parts of the cow that's easier to easier to process and it costs less money, right? Like the belly, the butt, and the ribs and all that other stuff. That's why ribs and belly and butts and all that shit is so expensive because it's the bigger part of meat and they have to do a lot more for you not to get worms and parasites from eating it because they don't tell you about all the shit that be landing on the animals in the farm and all the stuff that they be getting bit with and all these fucking. I seen a worm that looked like a wire cord and I was like, what the fuck is that? And I seen it in my sister's house outside on the dirt path and I looked it up. It's one of those worms that you be seeing in the praying mantis when they take the worm out. Yeah, it's one of them motherfucking things. And I was like, yo, I can't believe I seen one of them things. But yeah, those things be out there in the grass and it be getting into the animals. It be crawling up the cow's butt. It be getting in the cow's mouth. And just because they bite and they this or that, it breaks off into smaller pieces. But just like a lizard losing its tail, the motherfuckers grow back stronger. And yeah, they don't tell you that eating pork is not good because pigs don't sweat. So every single piece of a pig has cancer cells. They even showed on TV on a YouTube commercial one time. Somebody held a pork chop in their hand and they poured Pepsi on it. I don't know if they held it in their hand or they put it on the counter, but I know they poured Pepsi on it, and then they started seeing these maggots start poking their fucking head out. Crazy. But anyway, yeah, I've been on here way too long. But I like it though. I never thought that I would ever be on here this long. But yeah, Maddie, uh, you gotta eat garlic, get some ginger root, grind it up. Get a cheese grater, grind up that ginger, and take the clumps in your hand as small as you want. You don't have to be no big clumps or whatever. You could do it as small pieces as you want. You could even do it throughout the whole day. But the ginger is gonna get dried up within like a half hour. So you can spread it out. You could even do it with juice. But I recommend you don't have any type of anything that can cause mucus to continue to build up or to stick around in your body. You want to flush all that shit out. You're probably gonna look like a skeleton within the second week going into the third week, but you will get rid of that mucus that's causing you to have that C word. And once that happens, you better not tell nobody about that shit because we want to be able to see you talk about you not experiencing what you stated in the chat. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Y'all have an amazing, beautiful Sunday. I appreciate y'all. I love each and every one of my subscribers. Listen, Y'all don't have to donate nothing to me. I don't ask y'all for a penny or a cent. Just know that whatever I do get, I don't drink, I barely smoke, and I put everything that I have in me towards the empire and this dream that not only am I living, but I want other people to experience as well so they can live their dreams as well. And they can understand that there's a different way to go in life and you don't have to go down that dark road. As a matter of fact, you don't have to go down that wide road, but you can survive going down that dark road by listening to my voice and taking heed to my messages and becoming as strong in your knowledge of yourself and your name as you possibly can. So that way, when you do walk through that valley of that shadow of death, you will fear no evil. Evil will fear you. Evil will bow down to you, come up to you with a smile, telling you they want to give you fellatio. They want to lay in your bed with you. They want to do this and they want to do that. They want to love upon you. That's what evil is going to do. They're going to want to try so hard to get into your energy because they see the warrior that they can't beat. They see that heart that they can't taint or tame. They see that wild beast that just burst through the fucking gates of heaven and now is dancing and prancing around earth, hungry for any fucking evil soul that dares to challenge it. That's why they won't challenge me. They won't challenge you. They want you to be calm. They want you to be drained of your energy. That's why I say don't have sex. And if you are going to have sex, that shit better be once a week with somebody that you know is not going to be using your energy against you, but they are going to be using your energy. Like I see my ex-wife use my energy. She was all going around, running around, hopping around, cleaning shit, doing this, doing that. I'm in the bed tired. But yeah, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. We dancing in the fire, baby. They looking at us from far away, thinking that we burning up. That's why they don't get close. That's why anybody that's laughing at you, you can smirk and laugh back with them, but let them know that you're not laughing with them. You just laughing because you happy and you choose to be. They'll stop laughing because they'll get closer and realize that you're not burning up in that fire. You just dancing and prancing and waiting for a motherfucker to challenge you so they can be one of the bones and the skeletons that's also under your feet that you dancing and prancing and stomping on. Yeah, I love y'all. Uh-huh. Yo, pull up to privilege. Pull up to privilege today. They turning up. 5600 Richmond Ave, Houston, Texas, 77057. Turning up, turning up this evening. Going to privilege. It's going to be a privilege because we privileged, baby. God's child.